Hi, this is Sarah, the Stitchin Mommy, and it's Monday, March 20th, 2023. Here for my weekly cross-stitching and craft update. Just a tiny bit of quilting again. Happy first day of spring for those in the Northern Hemisphere, so that's exciting. That will affect my plans a little bit. But yeah, let's just jump right in. I have a little bit of stash acquisitions, I guess. The first up, I got another batch of things from the Fat Quarter Shop. So this time there were quite a few quilting things. This one's called Autumn Skies, and this is freesia. So those are cute. These will probably see a spot in a giveaway at some point. There's this other one, Home Again, a vintage 2-color quilt. And what I thought was fun about this one is that they give you suggested fabrics for several different colorways. So if you want someone to just tell you what to get that will look nice with their concept, that's kind of fun. So I liked that. And there was a couple cross-stitch charts too. Oh, that's a different one. I hadn't seen that one. That's fun. Here's the stackables. The winter stackables, I really liked. It had like mittens and snowflakes and stuff. This is the February one. They all have a bucket at the bottom and a variety of things. I saw the March one, I think, online, but this is the February one. And then there's Chicken Club Florence, which I believe I had a different Chicken Club one before that I may still have to give away. Maybe there'll be a matched set at some point. And this was actually really cute. I'll probably be keeping this. This is a book, Summer Memories by Susan Ake. Is that how you say that? So this was fun. It had lots of quilting and cross stitch. I'll show you maybe the cover images for some of these. This is a quilt in here. Actually, that's the one on the cover. And then here's a fireworks quilt, which is a bunch of flags in different arrangements. So that's fun. That's the same one. Flag Day quilt. This was kind of a fun one, where the strips are like zigzaggy and they give you the template for that. Lazy Afternoon. That's a cute one. It's more, the fabrics they chose are more subtle. Summer Picnic. Is this the picture for that? Yeah. Bunch of picnic basket quilts, pieces, I think is what those are called. That'd be a good picnic blanket. It's very big. The instructions are very big too. Veranda quilt. This is just like 1 or 2 colors, literally. The other one was 2 colors and white. This one is 1 color and white. And then they had various cross-stitching little smalls through here that are all summer or what do you call it? Patriotic themed. So the one I liked the best, I think, is this. I think it's this one, Cherry Season. That'd be a cute small. I think maybe it was a different one I liked. Yeah, there's a different one I liked. This one, Free and Brave, I think is what that one's called. Looks like a hot air balloon a little bit. This is the one I think I liked better. Freedom Flowers. You could do that in any color you want and make a cute little small. Hope. This one says equality, justice, hope, peace. And Proud and True. Doing a little flip through here, and this is Sail Away. That's kind of cute. The boat and flowers and everything. From Sea to Shining Sea with some whales. That's cute. And then just an alphabet. So that one's stitched on like some gingham. Oh, This Land Is Your Land. So another little sampler pillow. And yeah, so that's really cute. Lots of goodies in there. So I'll definitely be keeping that and maybe doing some eventually. I also had a tip from Rachel Q Stitches here on Flosstube that Hobby Lobby was clearancing some of their needlework. And so I was in that area last this past Wednesday and thought, well, I should pop in and take a look. So she managed to get a whole bunch of fabric and some etoile and I think some kits too. My store only had kits on sale, and I commented to her about that, and she said one year her Hobby Lobby did like stages, and different weeks they put different things on clearance. So I might just have to go back and see if the fabrics, because some of the fabrics she got on clearance were ones that I saw still in stock full price there at my store. So if they're phasing them out universally, then mine maybe just haven't gotten to the clearance stage yet, but it'd be fun to take a few of those home. So super duper low price. I got a mini artiste kit of a nativity, and these are really cute. And this was $2.74. Came with all the stuff. These could be, you could obviously do these as a little strip, or you could do little flat folds, cubes, ornaments. Those are cute. So I picked that up. And this mason jar lineup by Dimensions, $5.49. Couldn't leave it there. It's so pretty. You could potentially do part of this, like one jar for somebody, the whole string, a section of them. I was debating. I left it there. I went wandered around somewhere. I came back. I'm like, it's $5. Just get it. So I don't know when I'll start that, but it was too pretty to leave there. And I got this Star Wars kit, which is also, is it? Yeah, it's technically Dimensions as well. And I've seen some, I think I saw somebody stitching this, but it's on black Ada. But I know my son would love this, and I showed it to him and he's like, oh yeah. So a lot of this background is half stitch. So I think it could go pretty quickly. It's got Luke and Leia from the original Star Wars and R2-D2, C-3PO, Darth Vader, obviously. So yeah, I may have to do that at some point for him. So that was fun. So hopefully, I don't know about this week. This week might be too full, but it would be nice to be able to go back and check it again to see if some of the fabric has gone on sale. I don't need more etoile, but I would enjoy having some of those extra fun colors in my stash of the fabric. I think it was like 32 count and 28 count. I think would be fun to pick up some of the discontinued colors. So I guess we can jump into what I've been working on. So we'll start with my travel stitching. Feels like it's been a long time since I talked to you guys, but it's only been a week. So here is Temperature Quaker, one of my designs, and I'm working here in the March section. I was trying to think. Yeah, so the mock-up is from, I think, 2017, because that's the last year I had that went all the way cold and all the way hot in the range that I came up with for my area. So I just continue to use that one for my example until this year. This year I have gone all the way cold. We'll see if I get all the way hot. I got to the hottest one day last year. So these two show some purples, but then this, you can see in the March, it gets into the greens, the more sagey greens. Not there yet. This year, it's been cold a lot longer, which I am actually really thankful for, but it's just very different. So here is where this is at now. 25 count vintage cloth in the color Prim, 1/1 full cross. Did another 7 sections here in my March area. Still blues and purples. So it has been so nice, but I think I'm getting spoiled. So when the hot weather does come, which no doubt it will, I will not be looking forward to that. But yeah, we've been spoiled this year, having moderate weather for so long. Moderate or cool, so it's been great. My travel stitching went well this week. As I suspected I might, I finished Hattie Hedgehog, which is the first whip go draw for Advent Animals. The first Advent animal on my whip go board for March. So this is Hattie Hedgehog. She's adorable. All her little straight stitch cute quills. And the back stitching really made her face and that bow So much fun details in this one. So these are 18 count Aida, light blue, 2/1 full cross, and then the back stitching per instructions. Everything I'm doing is as called for, with except for the no border, but everything else I'm doing is the same. So that's exciting. Got that one done. Let's put her in here where she goes in my stack of finished ones. I'll show these again eventually, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 finished now. That's fun. I'm hoping to get these finished by the end of the year, and I can fully finish them. So now I am working on Rudolph Reindeer. These are by Brooks Books, still free on her website. This is the other one that was called for WIPCO this month. So that's why I'm going out of order, because I'm doing it based on when they were called. I have them all on my WIPCO board. So here I have a lot of string here. Got started on Rudolph, and again, the white was the first color at the top. I'm picking symbols from the top down. Makes sense to my brain that way, and so I'm working on the white. Almost done with the white. I have this big snowflake to finish, a little bit up here, I think maybe, and then all the white along the bottom. And then I can move on to some other colors, so that's fun. This week has a lot going on, so it's possible I will have some extra travel stitching to work on that, so that'll be nice. Move it ahead a little bit faster. I also worked on my flea market flowers a little bit while chatting with my sister, which I did early this week on Wednesday because Friday was busy. My husband was home. We went and ran errands, and I had lots of stuff going on Friday. Man, I wasn't home very much. But I did work on this while we talked on Wednesday, and probably will be able to get this done, my little March block done this week, hopefully. So here's Flea Market Flowers, 25 count vintage cloth in the color Barley. Got this, most of the petals finished. So just got 2 petals left to finish, and then the center, which is also the color of these borders. So when I get that color on my needle, I'll do the border and wherever else it goes to finish out my thread. Possibly, if I have more time, I'll just probably keep working on borders during my call if I have more time beyond that one length of thread, just because probably won't be enough time to get my antique shoe collection out, but it might as well work on more borders. Either that, or I'll go over and start working on the April block, but I'll probably just do more border. Maybe do the April border, something like that. I did not work on my letter fairy at all, so I'll save that for plans, because I'll hopefully get it out this week. But this week was, I have one more kind of bonusy thing. But this week was very busy, life-wise, so I didn't do any, like, afternoon bonus, 24/7, 20, whatever, daily 30, whatever you want to call it. I didn't do any of that stuff this week. Just no time, but that's okay. That happens. I did a good amount on my fairy last week, so hopefully I'll be back working on her again this week occasionally. We'll see. It's going to be busy this week too. It's kind of that time of year. So I did work on His Name is Jesus again. I talked with Desiree, the Topsy Turvy crafter, here on Flosstube. And yeah, so we're getting really close to finishing this. And we pulled this out while we chatted this week. So here is mine. This is 28 count Lugana, ivory Lugana, 1/1 full cross. And I finished God With Us. I think I had just the G finished, so I finished the rest of that phrase. And then I started Elohim, I believe is right here, so the E, that's pretty much all I got done. I have this color on my needle right now, so I'll finish that up next time. And then there's only one more word, Wonderful Counselor. It's really big phrase, I guess it's 2 words, but then it's done. So that's exciting. we've been working on this particular one only when we visit, or little bits afterwards, just to make sure we stay kind of tracking along very similar progress amounts, because we want to try to finish it at the same time. So that's been fun. Let's see. I guess we can go into regular stitching for the week. My main project this week was to finish Winter Wonderland band sampler. And I did. It took me a long time because the week was so busy. And like Wednesday was just full and I was up and down all day long. Never really kind of wanted to get very much out. And when I was sitting, I was just kind of like brain dead. So I just played on my phone most of the time when I had a few minutes here and there. So this didn't get that much done on Wednesday. So it probably could have been finished sooner, but that's okay. I did finish it on Saturday and was able to do a little bit on my full coverage after that. So that's exciting. Here it is. Here is Winter Wonderland Band Sampler by Chatelaine. All finished. And this is on the recommended ice blue Belfast 32 count linen 2/2 full cross, unless the specialty stitches or 1/1 made it different. So this is, I charted my own verse. He gives snow like wool. The original one was my garden is my winter wonderland, and that's not true in Southern California. All the white is silk lame. Everything is called for, except for the gold metallic is an accentuate blending filament, not petite treasure braid, because I didn't have access to it when I was kitting this up. I have it now, but that's okay. All the animals are 1/1. And then here we are at the bottom, the new stuff. And there's all the bottom. So I went back through actually after, when I was working on the gold, it is blending filament, so it's fairly thin. And I was looking at these eyelets that I had done up here in one strand and was like, well, maybe I should do them in two like I do everything else. And I got a good look at these eyelets I'd done before, and I think I did do those in two strands already. So I think everywhere I used 2 strands. So I went back over these with another strand. I didn't take them out. I just went back over them with one more strand. So these are now 2-stranded eyelets. There's the rest of these. I think I was working on these last time. Got those dense roads finished. There's some beads in between. I might have to do like an up close and personal so you can see all the sparkle and stuff from the other side of the camera, because it's usually a little better at focusing. There's metallic, both colors of Glorianas are down here. There's lots of beads. You can see those big bicombs in the middle, which is fun, kind of like a flower or snowflake, I guess. And this is filled in with metallic. And I went ahead and added 2023 and my initials because I'd already put 2017 in here. This is the year I started it. This is the year I finished it. So, yay! So if I get a little clip of it, I will put that in right here and then come back. All right, so that's exciting. It feels really good to have this finished, and it's like a bigger finish, you know, it's not just a small that happened to get finished. So that's fun. I hope there will be more of those finishes in the future, because I do have a focus piece every month, and some of them, most of them honestly, are a little bit of a stretch to be able to finish in the time allowed, but it feels good to get it done. So, what else did I work on? Friday was St. Patrick's Day. It was also Desiree's birthday, and she's working on Petal Fairy, one of her favorite ones. And I was gifted Petal Fairy for Christmas, and I was gifted a gift card for Acorns and Threads and got some fabric for her. So I had it ready to go and figured, you know what, I will start this on Desiree's birthday. And it's on green fabric, which was perfect for St. Patrick's Day, so it kind of worked. I went ahead and did this. This is Cream de Menthe 32 count linen by Needle Bling Designs, and I got just a little bit of a start. 2 colors completed in her bodice, and that's it. So the 2 darkest pinks there in her bodice, but this is really pretty, like a dark blue-green fabric. It's a little richer than it's showing up, but it's pretty accurate. So very fun. Got a little bit of a start on that. So just the one day on Friday, not a ton. I was tempted to do a little bit more, but I didn't want to get out another color just before putting it away. I liked stopping where I had both colors all the way done in her bodice. So next time I pull this out, I'll do more of that. But because those pinks on this green are so pretty, and the yellows on this green are going to be pretty too. So I'm excited. The whole thing's going to be pretty. So that's fun. I have that started. So I also started to work on my full coverage for the month of March, which is Friends of the Library. This is a rechart from a needle point busilicate, I believe, that I recharted in Pattern Keeper, and I'm doing it on 18 count Aida full cross, and I'm excited to work on this week. So I only got a little bit of, I got 120 stitches after I finished Winter Wonderland Band Sampler on Saturday. So there's not a whole lot that I got done, but I will give it 4 days this week. I'm so excited. So this is a little bit I got done this week. You can maybe see. I decided to go back up and pick colors. I had this orange on my needle, so I did this over here and finished that up for the most part. Then I came back and picked these colors. So I did these stripes on the books, came down here a little bit. I think these stripes are new as well. So I'll be picking symbols. So this area will get filled in more, and hopefully some more in here as well. Yeah, so this is 18 count Antique White Aida 2/1 full cross. And there will be a little bit of back stitching on this. It's a conversion from the kit that had tapestry wool, so I did a DMC conversion, just laying it out with the colors in my box. So that's why it's on 18 count, because it has back stitching, and if I tried to do it on a small count like I do a lot of my full coverages, the back stitching wouldn't have worked ratio wise. So I figured 18 is fine. I like 18 count full coverage pieces as well as the tiny counts, and this one is already going to be smaller than the needle point, which was probably like maybe 7 or 10 count, you know, so it's already smaller, which is fun. So that one will see 4 days this week, so I'm excited about that. So far you've seen 2 finishes, a start, and now I'm going to talk about UFOs. So I've got a little bit of everything this time. 4 UFOs to be precise. So I don't like 2 UFO things, which stands for unfinished object. But it really makes me relieved and happy to do it. So I've decided to UFO my floral crosses for the time being. It won't be permanent. I'll keep them and just bring them back out later when I potentially have whipped down a little bit and have fewer projects going. I just feel like I have too many other things that I really, really want to work on, and whenever those get pulled out, I don't want to work on them. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, and I had them slotted out for some seasonal Sundays, and I was finding that I was trying to make excuses for, well, I really want to work on Friends of the Library, so maybe I don't do another day on my cross. And I was kind of just, I want to be excited about looking forward to what I work on my seasonal Sunday. If I keep this seasonal Sunday plan, I want to look forward to it. I don't want to be dreading it and looking for excuses to not have to work on it. So that made me decide, even when it comes up in like arbitrary August type situations, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. You know, it's not, I don't want to feel that way. So I like them generally. I think in the future, whenever I do pull them back out again, I think they're on Cooler Design Studio website right now, digitally, probably working in Pattern Keeper. So that I will probably invest in getting those to work off of instead of working off the kit patterns, except for the back stitching. And I think that'll make it a lot better. But for now, I'd just rather put them away and work on other stuff instead. So they will no longer be in my WIP count, but I will still keep them and I'll bring them out sometime in the future. In the meantime, I have brought back out a seasonal piece that had a little bit of, it went in the naughty corner for a little bit, but I love it. So I've kind of rehashed what I want to do with it, and I think I'm okay now. So that's the Serenita di Campagna, Colors of the Seasons 2. And I started with the autumn one, fell madly in love with it, and didn't want to put it down, and finished the autumn section. And I'm doing mine in like a quadrant instead of a strip. I did most of the winter one, and then I realized I had messed up the spacing on this strip at the bottom with the hearts and the words, so that the whole winter section was a little farther away from the autumn section than I had originally planned. And then I would probably need to frog one of the hearts to move it over. And I was just like, what do I want to do? I don't know. So it kind of went in timeout. What I'm thinking of doing now is, well, let's just show you. So they're positioned on the bottom. So the spring and summer will be going on the top. Here is all of it together. And here is winter side by side with whatever it looked like at probably my WIP parade in September. So I filled in a good amount of that snowman. I wish I'd had time to do a little bit more, but that was what I had time for, and on Sunday. Hopefully I could finish this next Sunday, the last Sunday in March, and get winter finished. That would be really great. And then when I have this slotted, I don't even know when. That's Celtic, that's montage. When do I have this again? Oh, the crosses come out. We're supposed to come out again in September. So I'll work on probably summer in September. So winter, spring, summer, that'll go up here. And try to finish, I don't know. I probably won't get it finished in 4 Sundays, but I'll at least get it started in September on Sundays. And I am looking forward to that, which is what I want for my projects. I don't want to be dreading them. So what I'm also thinking of doing is eliminating these words and hearts, because it's just too complicated. The way the pattern flows, it's written in Italian. So I have to already, they have English conversions, but they're on a separate paper. And then in order to put it in the quadrant, I was kind of shifting these over, so then it was just a little bit more mentally challenging than I wanted it to be. And so I think I'm just going to take them off. I'm probably actually going to frog this just to get it out of here. And then when I add the spring and summer, I won't bother with them. I'll just have the scenes up here, and I'll keep it this amount of distance in between up here and in between here to make it match what's happening, because there's no way I'm frogging winter. Because there's a lot going on here and I'm not doing it again. So I'm going to frog the words, put the 2 scenes on top, and call it good. I won't do any more words. But these are so adorable. I love these. So I'm excited to get back. Oh, I didn't say, this is 28 count Vintage Country Mocha. 27 count. This is 27 count Linda in Vintage Country Mocha, which is a printed Zweigart fabric. So you can see the back is solid and the front is like kind of modeled a little bit. So this is my first experience with that and it's really nice. I like it. So yeah, 27 count, 2/2. So the X's are pretty big, but I'm enjoying that. So I do have a little bit of back stitching to do still on that winter one. So hopefully next Sunday I can finish out the white. There's more in the snowman's tummy and then a little bit on the ground. And then there's some back stitching. So the snowflakes have some white back stitching and then the girl has, and the scarf, you know, there's a couple little places of back stitching. So not a lot, but a little bit. So I would love to finish winter next Sunday and then start working on the summer one, I think, in September. That would be fantastic. So I'm happy with my choice. So that's everything I worked on. More plans. I will hopefully, maybe, pull this out again a little bit for bonus stitching throughout the week as possible, since I do need to keep making progress on this. The letter F Fairy by Nora Corbett. Is this it? Yeah, there we go. So I didn't work on this week, but I'll show you my starting point. Here is where it's at right now. This is on the called for 32 count water lily linen, 2/2 full cross with my own floss and bead conversion. So yeah, I think now that I have this top part mostly finished, I think the bottom might be a little quicker. We'll see. There's still a good amount to go. So plans wise for the rest of the week, this is the first day of spring and there's a Spring into Mill Hill hashtag happening over on Instagram. I think it's Miss T and Stitches and I don't remember. I know Christy and Calico Whimsy does it as well, but I don't think she's an official host of it. But anyways, it's happening starting today and probably through all of spring. So I thought, well, you know what? Monday is normally a Mill Hill Monday. I haven't been doing it in the last several Mondays because it's been too much to kind of juggle. I had already thought I would not do Bear Time Stories this week because I didn't do Visit Endor last week either. Just to try to make room for the band sampler, Friends of the Library, all of that, making sure I have room for those things. And I got both of those pieces quite a bit of attention last month in full coverage February. So I thought, that's okay. This morning I was thinking, you know what? Let's give my Mill Hill all day. So I'm going to do my Honeybee Mill Hill Buttons and Beads kit with whatever stitching time I have at home today. So this, I believe I started last year for their Spring into Mill Hill thing. Maybe not. Maybe I was still working on my hummingbird. I don't know. It's possible. I started this. I'm not sure. Yeah, so I'll work on this today for any stitching time I have. So I'll either be away from home working on my Advent Animals or I'll be home working on this bee. So I will show you my starting point. Doing all the called for things with this. And last time I worked on it, I was starting in on the background. The bee is pretty much finished except for backstitching because I need to fill the background in around it before I backstitch the wings. But everything else stitched and beaded is done. There's some petite beads in the body, which are a little hard to see on camera, but they are there. And then there's some beads already starting here in the honeycomb as well. So I would like to get some flowers in too, maybe, but I'll probably do more background and maybe start in on some of these flowers over here too. We'll see. We'll see how much time I have. Sometimes Mondays I don't get much. Sometimes I do. We'll see. So that's fun. I'll work on that today. It's been a little while, so I'm excited to get back to that. Then I will work on Friends of the Library, my kitty cat piece for most of the week, Tuesday through Friday. So that's 4 days. And coupled with the day I put in on it last week, after I worked on the band sample, my Chatelaine. I finished my Chatelaine I got 120 stitches. That's enough to be counted as a day. So I'm gonna go for it. Hopefully I'll get more than 100 stitches on these other days. But regardless, so I'll do that, Friends of the Library, for 4 days. Then I'm gonna start my Cherry Kitten, which is my full coverage, no background rotation for March. And this will get 4 days next week as well, but the 5th day will be Saturday, this coming Saturday. Just because of the way the days all worked out, they're not going to be all in the same week, like would be nice to do, but didn't work out that way this week, and that's okay. I don't like breaking it up over in between the videos. I like to be before and after one big chunk, but that's right. It's all right. So this is by Artisy. I got the no background version. They do have a version with like blue and clouds and things in the background, but I was gifted this beautiful Pole Stitches fabric, Cosmos. It's one of their dragon shades, and I thought, you know, I was trying to figure out what to do with it, and I saw this pattern, and I think so. I won't have a whole lot of margin on the sides, but it's so cute. So I had to do that. So this is a beautiful, I think it's just a fat 1/8 even. This is 28 count Pole Stitches fabric in Cosmos. It's 1/1 full cross, and that's my start on Cherry Kitten. So I will give this 5 days total, but before I see you again, probably only 1 more day, and then 4 days next week. So this is my starting point. And I'll work on my Colors of the Seasons winter on Sunday to try to get that finished up, that quadrant finished up. So exciting. So the only other thing I haven't shown you that I'll work on here in March is Dragon Ride, which will come out on my final like Family Monday in March. So I won't show that now because I'll probably film again next Monday. So yeah, but I'm excited about my plans and how that's going. I'm at peace with UFOing those crosses, so they will be back at some point in the future, but I don't know when. And I'm just happy to not worry about them anymore and focus in on working on and finishing some of these other things that I really am enjoying more. So I'm happy about that. I do have a tiny bit of quilting that I'll show here at the end. I'm working on the Scrappiness is Happiness quilt by the Fat Quarter Shop, which is it's a sampler quilt from this book, Scrappiness is Happiness by Lori Holt. And this week, I forget when I cut this out, but I cut this out last week, I think. It was the Twinkle Twinkle Scrappy Star block, and I didn't get a chance to do as much quilting this weekend as I had kind of expected to, but I did get this sewn up, so that was nice. And I thought it was fun. I realized I had 4 versions of this honeycomb fabric in very similar colors to what was represented for this block on the cover page. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just do that. Put them all together. So, because sometimes these ones are a little like more striking than some of my other pieces, and they don't match those quite as nicely because they stick out too much, in my opinion. But I thought this was they could all go together and they wouldn't upstage each other because they're all the same. So I thought that was fun. So there's that one. It was very quick and simple and easy. So, and again, I have these all in my Handmade by Rolanda, I think, bag that I was gifted. It has a handle, so it's really nice. I have all my finished quilt blocks in there. Maybe eventually I'll get it finished, get it caught up. I'm not caught up, but at least I'm not any farther behind because I did at least 1 block this week. So hopefully I'll get another 1 or 2 done this week, but we'll have to wait and see. Life happens. Life is more important than crafting, but crafting is a fun part of life. So with that, I hope you have a wonderful first day of spring if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, and enjoy whatever you're working on, and happy stitching. Bye.